The massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School has been dominating the headlines all week, and we'll get to the gun control questions in a minute. But first, let me ask you, when something like this happens in another state, do you pick up the phone and call that governor and just pledge condolences and any support we can? Is there an interconnection between the governors when that happens?
Yes, there is. I mean, I was actually back at the residence that day and hadn't heard anything for quite a while. And then turned on the news and saw it myself. And that day, I didn't make a phone call because I know exactly what he's going through. He doesn't have the time to talk to anybody. The following day, I called and we made arrangements for me to, if he was available, talk to him. If not, a staffer, and that's basically who I talked to. Was his chief of staff for a moment. Offered our condolences and prayers, and offered the services of the Pennsylvania State Police, because unfortunately we have experience with this with the nickel mines.
6 years ago.
That's exactly right. And it's an experience from not only the law enforcement side but also the counseling side. I had Commissioner Noonan, Commissioner of the State Police, reach out to his counterpart in Connecticut and offer again. And there is, I don't know exactly the detail, we are helping out some, I think, with the counselors from the first responders side. Because, there's counselors for the kids, counselors for the town, there's counselors for the first responders also.
And I remember when it happened here, the initial shock, the brain can't process this. No. So to talk to somebody
the normal brain cannot.
So to talk to someone who's been through it before, I think would be a help. I'm glad we're doing that.
And as you may know that I know we're taping this, but tomorrow I think all the governors across the country are honoring the people who lost their life.
Yeah, and of course
Sandy Hook,
and of course Pennsylvania Commonwealth flags. You had ordered at half staff because of that. But you mentioned you were at the residence. You turned on the TV. Take us through your initial reaction when you see something like that being reported.
Well, I look at it, I guess, from two perspectives. I immediately go back to my law enforcement perspective. What are the facts? And as we know now, what we heard in the first hours were kind of all over the board. And so I was trying to get my mind around what were the facts.
Initially, they even had the wrong name for the shooter. They
had the wrong name for the shooter. They had different numbers. They had the story of his mother being a teacher there, and she's being killed. I mean, 24/7 news.
Oh, don't get me started.
Is pushing too much. You got to have something right on. And as a prosecutor, we try to make sure we get it right. So we're a little bit slower, and people get upset about that. But I think that's better in the long run. But then as an individual, I looked at it just trying to imagine what the parents are going to be going through. The picture of that one very anguished-looking young woman they kept showing over and over again. And when I looked at it, I thought she had lost a child, and I think the story is she lost her sister as one of the teachers at the school. So trying to get your head around that, and then immediately kicking into the governor's role. What are we doing here in Pennsylvania? And reaching out to my chief of staff, reaching out to the commissioner, reaching out to the Department of Education, finding out what do we already have in place? Because I know we had things in place, and we do. But for the first 20 minutes, you sit there stunned, looking at it.
Is there room for us to take a look at our schools and our security measures and maybe put some new procedures in place statewide?
We're already required to do that, and the schools have been doing that. We've had incidents here in Pennsylvania in the past, a series of incidents, but the most notable one would be the nickel mines. Right. But ever since Columbine, there's been federal laws that require school safety plans, and all the schools in Pennsylvania have them. Each school building has one. There's plans for evacuations, normally like fire drills or hazardous substance or something. And what is clear is that the teachers and the administration at that Sandy Hook school did exactly what they were supposed to do, and saved more lives by doing that. And I think right now every school district is going around tweaking, making sure that they have their plan. Maybe going to be testing it here sometime in the near future. And there's all different kind of tests you can do, and you do it with local law enforcement, first responders, tabletop exercises, evacuation drills. I mean, you probably went through fire drills. When I was in school, we always loved the fire drill.
Loved the fire drill.
Get out of class. We didn't understand, exactly why it was necessary, but we liked it because you got out of class. Well, I'm sure that's all being tweaked at this point in time.